Welcome back to Lightning Round with Jim Price and Eric. Today we're going to be talking about the expansion, Oops, You Did It Again. We're going to finish answering all your questions about that expansion. You all have given so many questions, but some of them were outside the realm of Oops. Some were about Titans and some were just general smash up questions. So we're going to be answering those in later segments. However, everybody was included in the contest to win this awesome, amazing Titan pack. What we will be doing is we streamlined some of the questions. Some of the questions were repeats, and so we're answering the first person's question. We're giving them like the name credit, but if your name was not read, don't worry, you were still again included in the contest, at which we will answer who the winner is sometime during this video. All right?
So these are all the Oops questions?
These are just the Oops questions.
Okay.
All right, are you ready?
I am, let's do this.
All right, question number one. Arturo Prisco asks, will the new duel mechanic slow down the game, or is it just my impression?
That is a really good question, one I've thought about myself. And yes and no, depending on how it's used. So I want to contextualize some of the answers just so that way people know what they mean. There are ways you can use it to speed up the game. There are ways you can use it to slow down the game.
Interesting. Camel J. Bryce asks, if you had to pair Oops You Did It Again with one other set or expansion, which one would you pick?
So one other set or expansion?
Yep.
Okay. So because of the new mechanics, I'd want a set that works really well with those. And since two of them use the same mechanic, and a third one would benefit from another. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Monster on this.
Monster?
Yeah,
right.
Monster Smash.
Carlo D. Cruz, will the expansion box contain something not seen before? The new mechanic doesn't count. What I want to mean is some kind of special coin flip for 50-50 effects, or dices to keep track of power or breakpoints.
So, like a new component?
Yes.
Can't say.
Dustfinger 25, what will be the best combo from the new expansion?
Oh, hey, Elsa.
Hey, how you doing? So, Dustfinger 25, what will be the best combo from the new expansion?
So, does that mean this is totally not scripted by any way? She just does this.
Yep.
So we're just gonna roll with this. So best combo from the new expansion, is that using only those factions or using one faction and one mixed? Like one existing?
Yes.
You could really be more helpful sometimes.
But I choose not to be.
All right, I'm just gonna answer it both ways. So best combo, only using the expansion would probably be Samurai Cowboys. I could see working really well. And Spy Vikings for a mixed combination.
Okay. Father Time 89 asks, do pirates go well? Oh wait, do Vikings go well with pirates? I mean, I could definitely see how they would.
Just be distracted by the cat and don't pay attention to the puns. So the Vikings, they do this other thing that I think the pirates would benefit from. So yes.
All right. Forrest Duncan asks, will the Egyptian faction have pull from the discard mechanics or something related to the discard pile?
So last time somebody asked about, will they be similar to zombies? And I said yes. And I'm still standing by that yes, but I'm going to answer this question no. So what am I talking about? That you're going to just have to wait for later. I think it would be a lot of fun if like we contextualize all the answers after the fact, so that way it shows that like I'm not making this up.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you're at least being consistent, right?
Yeah.
All right. Jermaine Roberts Bagaras asks, what faction, other than the ancient Egyptian, among all the factions, had the best synergy with the berry mechanics? And what faction, other than the Cowboys, among all the factions, had the best synergy with the duel mechanic?
So who benefits from the most burying the most, and who benefits the most from
Dueling.
Yeah.
All right, you're about to have a heart attack.
You don't have a second cat I don't know about, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
All right.
Something's pulling my cord. So best bury, best dueling. That's kind of like asking who goes best with those two factions. I've already said that the werewolves go really good. But I also think the superheroes would work well with burying. As far as dueling, can't remember if I said, because I'm pretty sure someone asked who goes best with cowboys. So I think I said dinosaurs or disco dancers. So whichever one I said last time, the opposite of disco dancer and dinosaurs is the answer this time.
Okay. Why is are the?
I see them both working with dueling. I just can't remember which one I said.
So will the disco dancers be able to double down on dueling? Repeat their actions?
Really interesting. Is that a question or is that you?
Yes. It is a question by me.
This is Sarah. Please come back from Origins. I do not believe that dueling affects a minion directly. I think the outcome of a duel affects a minion, but I don't. So the disco dancers would not be able to copy the duel itself.
Just the positive effect.
Or other aspects of the duel.
Aspects.
Okay. But not the duel itself.
All right. Jean-Pierre Guy Campi asks, do cowboys have a lot of cars that increase minion power?
Yes.
All right. Hector Copera, now that Titans are a thing, does any of the new factions come with ways to deal with them?
So I just did a video on this, and I didn't do it with the oops cards because it was too early. So I gotta think about this, and I gotta get all those cards out of my mind. Yes. Yes. I think there's yes.
Okay. Jessica Thurston asks, when it says the ancient Egyptians bury secrets deep in the sand, does that mean you can play cards that other people don't see the effects of until they take effect?
Yes.
All right. Krista Thompson, will Vikings be able to pillage your village, i.e. steal cards from other players?
Yes.
Maleficent McNuff asks, is this the best expansion ever?
No.
Which one is?
Well, best and favorite are two different things, and I also just did an expansion guide where I said, you know, which is the first one that you should buy, and
because the first one not necessarily be the best one.
Yeah, and the best one may not necessarily be my favorite.
Right.
So, and what does it mean to be best?
Right.
No, I mean so I actually had a conversation with someone.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to pick on that person, but we're talking about It's Your Fault, and I'm saying that, you know, I think It's Your Fault is the best expansion that there is. Mm-hmm. And it's like, no, the factions are all too good. They all mix really well with others, and it's like, isn't that the point? Mm-hmm. Like, should all these are really terrible factions.
They should be complementary to all of what's already out there.
Like that to me is the example of something that's really well designed. You know, I don't really want an expansion that's like, here's 4 esoteric things that you have to think very carefully as to how to use them.
Yeah.
Like, one of those, definitely, absolutely. You know, I want those, but I don't really want to be like, how am I supposed to use it? So, we've totally gone off topic. What was the question again?
Is this the best expansion ever? And then I kind of did a follow-up question, which led us on a tangent.
So no.
No, you're not going to answer my question?
No, I'm saying, is it the best expansion ever? No. The newest is not always going to be the best.
Gotcha. All right, Marcos Blanco asks, which of the new factions have the most references to other factions?
Most references to other factions. So, I'm guessing that is kind of like an artwork thing, because that's typically how you reference other factions. And It might be. I'm going through the images in my head. It might actually be the. I have no way of knowing this for certain. Can't say.
Okay. Looks like my questions turned to a catastrophe over here. Thank you for giving me more puns. All right. Mark Moraine asks, what faction will most be commented on as being the most broken?
Vikings.
Vikings. Mason Rule, what existing faction will make the greatest use out of the Egyptian beery mechanic as a partner faction?
So again, that's like saying, you know, who benefits the most from burying.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've said werewolves and superheroes. If it weren't for a specific change, killer plants would be up there. So let me try and think of someone who would benefit in a different way from everyone else.
So werewolves and superheroes. You guys can try to figure out what the mechanic does.
Read the question one more time.
What existing faction will make the greatest use out of the Egyptian beery mechanic as a partner faction? Dun, 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 dun,
So let's go in a slightly different direction and say that, you know, it's not helping. I think there could be really interesting wizards play.
Wizards play, interesting.
Yeah.
Nathan Watley asks, will any of the mechanics in the new expansion allow the player to take down stronger, i.e. player 5 and up, power 5 and up, opponent minions?
Yes.
Rondon asks, which of the new factions is the worst to play against?
Vikings. Vikings.
Richard Parent, is there any Viking cards based on how to train your dragon characters?
Who asked that question?
Richard Parent.
Okay. So I just got grilled this week about not having seen How You Train Your Dragon. So I would not put it past a coworker if he, you know, because he knows about the channel, if he asked a question about it.
So was this him?
No.
So it's apparently not him? I
have not seen that movie. I'm a very busy person. I don't get to watch a lot of non-superhero movies. I'm sorry, but based on the artwork, I'm gonna say no, because they're pretty consistent with their theming.
Wait, so how does a kid that loses one of his parent and rides dragons not a superhero? If Batman just loses parents and is filthy rich,
next
and
question,
he becomes a superhero, how do people that ride dragons not superheroes? I'm sorry, Elsa.
Next question.
Okay. Russell Mallow asks.
Also, spoiler alert. Thanks. Now I know that they're marked for death.
All right. Richard Parent. No, wait. Sorry. Russell Mallow asks, "What's the strongest faction in the new set?"
Strongest. So, is there a difference between strongest and best, and most versatile? So
I think there is a difference between strongest and versatile.
Well, yeah, I think there is.
But best, it depends on how you play, I think.
I see. I'm gonna have to go Vikings here. I feel like I'm saying Vikings a lot, but they stand out a lot.
All right, Samuel Friedbaum. Which of the new factions is the most unusual?
Most unusual. Vikings.
Sean M., in your opinion, do any of the new factions create any game-breaking pairings with existing factions?
Vikings.
Taco, would you like to see more Titans and Oops, you did it again?
I just want to go back to the previous. I cannot wait to contextualize these answers in full.
Would you like to see more Titans and Oops, you did it again? Which faction do you think most lends itself to a cool new mechanic based on its group's mythos?
So 2 questions there.
Yep.
Yeah. Yes, I'd like to see more Titans. We said last time that there aren't any in Oops. And which faction lends itself
to a cool new mechanic based on its group's mytho?
Ancient Egyptians.
Ancient Egyptians. So kind of follow up on the other ones, the Titans for the Oops. Which one do you think would need a Titan if they would make like a Titan pack second edition or whatever?
That is really hard because I don't know that we can answer that now because the Titans are meant to boost someone after the fact. So if they weren't doing well enough in playtesting, they would just boost them during playtesting. It'd be one of those things where as the game evolves, a certain faction comes behind. So who would I think is most likely to fall behind? Probably the Samurai.
Okay. Trey Lecraze as what is the best faction to pair with Vikings?
So I already said Spies. That's someone I wouldn't want to play against with the Vikings. So let's name someone entirely different so people don't know why. Ghosts.
Ghosts.
Yes.
All
Ghost
right.
Vikings.
Vong Mina asks, which of the new factions is the killiest? And how does it compare to the killiest faction released so far? So first of all, what's the most killiest faction so far?
What is the definition of killiest? Is it capable of being killed or killing? Like, I would think it means like who kills the most.
Yeah, because if it's like who gets killed the most would be like the victimist faction. So which one does the most killing?
Which one does the most killing? That can depend on a couple of things because the pirates will blow up everyone on a base, even though they have less destruction cards than.
And nobles have the red birthday party.
But then, Elsa, but the Kinnons have the capability of destroying somebody every turn without actually spending any cards because of Queen. Do you know Queen Fluffy? Do you know Whiskers?
I don't know, but she took control of my winter paper.
I am so sorry, everybody. So the Kiddens might secretly be the killiest because just from talents alone, they can destroy a minion every turn, and that could be repeated indefinitely. Same thing with sharks are very killy. So cowboys are definitely the killiest, and I would say in terms of card quantity, that's not a yes or no question, but I don't care at this point. I'd say it's pretty high up there.
Yeah, well, that answer wasn't killing it, so all right. Will Morrison, is the dual mechanic fun?
Fun is subjective.
Yeah.
So can't say. Certain people will like it, certain people won't.
Yeah. All right. Zafaros Alagera asks, now that the Oops rule book has been released, which almost seems like an oops itself, I've seen that Vikings received the first ever card to let you remove cards from the game, Viking Funeral. Isn't the mechanic too dangerous? Is it game changing?
That is.
So is it dangerous?
So that's a phenomenal question, and I want to actually contextualize this answer right now because I had to think a lot about this when I saw the card for the first time. Removing something from the game by itself is not dangerous.
Okay.
With Viking Funeral, it says if you own it. I'm pretty sure that's the wording. If you can only do it to yourself.
Okay, so if I'm playing Vikings and you're playing Aliens, I can't terraform. I can't get rid of terraforming.
No.
Because if you're the Aliens time travelers, you can just keep playing terraforming over and over again.
Yeah. So you should never. I'm going to say that you should never change the concept of ownership. Like that's one of the golden rules that I would have a severe problem if they actually ever change that. So knowing that you can't remove somebody else's card from the game is okay.
Yeah.
It really and it's on you because you don't have to play the card. So I think it's interesting. Is it worth it to you? The particular card, if it's in the rulebook, I can pretty much say what it is. That the card will give you a VP at the cost of removing that card from the game. So.
High five.
Lost my train of thought, but no, I don't think it's too dangerous. And as long as they maintain that aspect that you can only do it to yourself, I think it's going to be fine.
Mm-hmm. I think she has a question.
Okay, what's up, Elsa?
She wants to know if you can let it go. And there she goes.
What's next?
All right, so that actually is our last question. So now we have we're announcing the winner of our competition. So we have John Piero Gaiakambe, and I will put that in big flashing letters right here, give or take, because I probably mispronounced your name horribly, like I did everybody else's name. Like, I'm pretty sure there's only like 5 names in here I pronounced halfway correctly. That's what happens when you don't learn phonics as a kid. All right.
All right, so next segment is going to be another video?
Yes, next segment is going to be probably the general Smash Up questions.
Okay.
And then we'll do the bonus and trivia questions. See how much Smash Up Jim actually knows off the top of his head.
This is going to end hard. I just know this is going to end horribly for me.
It's going to be fun. And I'll try to splice in as many puns as I can. Promise you. I will strive.
All right, let's shut it down.
Oh.